It's a scrapbook that my mom had made herself. These are all photos as she's dating my father. They met when she was 16. That's her graduation photo. I have pieces of her. I have glimpses of what I think the kind of person that she would be, but I don't have her. I don't have my own memories. I am Suzanne Timms, and I am the daughter of Patricia Otto. Never imagined when I was a little kid that I would be investigating a homicide, but I am definitely all in. I don't really remember anything other than the night she disappeared. I was a curious 3-year-old, so when I started hearing crashing and yelling, I went to go investigate. And my mother and father were in a physical argument. I remember him putting his hands around her neck, pushing her up against the wall, and then dragging her out of my sight. And that was the last time I saw her. He's never formally charged or identified as a suspect because there was never any smoking gun. However, he's clearly the only suspect because if you see this whole file is filled with reports proving that it's him, but they never were able to prove it. So in June of 2021, I follow missing persons pages, and I'm just flipping through it, and this image of myself scrolls up on the page, and it was obviously shocking because I'm on a missing persons page. So I click on the information, and it describes a Caucasian young female found in the Umatilla forest in 1978, wearing red pants and a white blouse. It's not a red skirt, it's red pants. And it's not a white sweater, it's a white blouse. There is no way this drawing is me dressed in the same clothes that my mother was wearing in 1976 when she disappeared.
This is the binder that I have that contains everything regarding the Finley Creek Jane Doe. My name is Melinda Jetterberg, and I'm the lead researcher and kind of civilian investigator on the Finley Creek Jane Doe case. I was online looking at the Doe Network. When I searched my state and county, I wasn't expecting to find anything, but there was one doe there, and it was this Jane Doe.
Late August 1978, a group of people who were hunting out here in Union County came across a shallow grave, and inside that grave was the skeletal remains of what is now known as the Finley Creek Jane Doe.
The area where Finley Creek Jane Doe was found is definitely within driving distance of Lewiston, Idaho, where she died.
Her father-in-law was there.
Yes.
And found the body.
Yes, he was an 8-year-old boy.
My father-in-law was a child. He was there on the hunting trip.
They were coming down for the evening, and it was getting to be dusk, and he said, "I think I found a body."
If this body was found in 1978 by family that I married into in 2010, it's almost like my mother's solving her own homicide from the grave.
Immediately, the whole case was scattered to different parts of Oregon. And just trying to keep track of all that is incredible. As I was flipping through these pages and came to that very last page, I saw case closed first, but then reading the things around it, it's like, wait a minute. Destroy the evidence? How can they destroy the evidence?
In 1990, Oregon State Police closed the case. They then sent the remains of the Finley Creek Jane Doe to a crematorium to be destroyed.
It would have been solved probably within the next few years with the advent of DNA if that had not happened. So very, very frustrating.
In this case, there is no body. If we had one tooth, one jawbone, one scrap of clothing, this case would be solved in 5 minutes.
We have hundreds of tiny pieces of circumstantial evidence, but it's the science, it's the scientific pieces that are missing. We are trying everything. And what gets really frustrating is the waiting.
The Lewiston Police Department says the Patricia Otto case is still open. The detective working the case believes the Finley Creek Jane Doe could be Patricia Otto, but there hasn't been enough evidence to prove it.
You can't just tell me that there's no hope. You just can't.
I am 99.9% convinced that Patty Otto is the Finley Creek Jane Doe.
I'll give Oregon that little 0.00 whatever percent. However, they haven't been able to provide any information that leads us to believe that this Doe is someone else other than my mother. It's like for once she exists, and my entire life she didn't exist. You know, she wasn't spoken about, she wasn't remembered, and now I have this group of strangers who are saying not only does she exist, she matters to them, and that gives meaning to my quest